How to lose fat on keto. All right, here y'all go. Let's go. Super excited. We're going to talk about the number one reason people try keto, even though it's not the biggest benefit you'll get. But we're going to talk about fat loss and keto. What's the secret? What's the tips that you need to have to maximize your results? What's up, Greer? Nice to do live with you. That was fun. Little rider over there. Hey, y'all. Let's do this. I will be answering questions throughout this too. So if you have questions, let me know. I'll do everything I can to answer any questions you have too. But let's get down to it. So one of the reasons people use keto, and I'm going to tell you right now, people talk about weight loss all the time. The reality is you don't want to lose weight. You want to maximize fat loss. And people go, well, you know what I mean? No, most people don't realize is when you've done diets in the past, could be a shake diet, 2 shakes a day, a reasonable meal. It could be low, hey, I'm going to do a moderate diet, low calorie. As soon as you drop your calories down below your metabolic rate, your metabolic efficiency or metabolic basal metabolic rate, basically how many calories you would burn today. As soon as you drop those calories below that amount, if you're not in ketosis, you're jeopardizing lean muscle mass. You're potentially jeopardizing lean muscle mass. You don't ever want to mess up your metabolism. We just had a researcher talk about The Biggest Loser and how it absolutely is destroying their long-term health. And so that's really important. So ketones are vital for that. So number one, you want to elevate your ketone levels to protect your metabolic system, but also to maximize loss. You want to be a very good fat burner. And so being in ketosis is the best way to burn fat, and it's also the best way to stay healthy. And yes, if you're like me and you're not really carb tolerant, yes, you're probably going to have to stay low carb to maintain it. Let's just call it what it is. People go, I tried that, and it's not, they said, what did they say? Well, when I go back to my normal life, I gain my weight back. That's because your normal life is not the way you should be living. I hope that makes sense. So that's just my disclaimer there. If you go back to what wasn't working, it will eventually add back up. But here's keto right now. Come here. How are you? Oh, you want to say hi to the world? I have a little girl with me. This is Sophia. Sophia, were you downstairs by yourself? Okay. She was downstairs by herself eating lunch. Can you say hi? Somebody wants to say hi to you. You say hi? Okay. You want to say hi to Louise? Well, we're going to talk about fat loss. Oh, she's okay. We can talk together. So here's the reality is that keto is the best way to burn fat. Why? Is because when your body is metabolizing your fat, it will convert and make ketones. So now we use the tool, which I just put all mine away. Can you give me a pack? We use it. There it is. We use a tool that gives you ketones to help you magnify this experience and protects you through the process. So what does that look like? What is a keto style diet? Now there's variations of keto style diet. Look at this. What's up, JoJo? So think about this. There's variations. A friend of mine rewrote the book Modified Atkins. So Atkins was a keto style diet. It wasn't as sustainable because the protein content was so high. It created some complications for a good majority of people. Now, some people go strict keto, where what that means is it's like 90%, 75 to 90% fat, a small amount of protein, and virtually no carbohydrates. And then there's some deviations in between there. Some people will say, hey, I can get into ketosis with 50 grams of carbs a day. Maybe they're an athlete or working out a lot, and they're getting into a ketogenic state to burn body fat. Now, there is another secret here, and if you need to know it, is that if you want to stay healthy and be keto and lose body fat, you have to elevate your ketone levels a little higher than just a little bit. I use this example all the time, and I'm going to give you what a day would look like for y'all. I use this example all the time. So it's like if you go to the ocean, so San Diego I used to live in San Diego. The water down there is actually kind of cold. If you go in the ocean, basically what's going to happen is that you can be knee deep in the ocean or ankle deep in the ocean. You're in the ocean, but you're really not in the ocean. Does that make sense? Y'all tracking me here? Yeah, I'm in the water. No, you're not. You're just toe deep in the water. So a lot of people are doing these low carb diets or keto-ish diets, and they're toe tipping in the water. They may be getting results. They get a little sense of, yeah, I'm on the beach and I feel good, like things are getting better. But as soon as you smell a pizza or you lick a banana, you're back on the beach or you're in your car in the parking lot, right? You got out of ketosis like that. You're out. That's what makes it so hard. You want to be in the water, accumulate it. That's a word. Is that a real word? Accumulate it? No, I didn't think so. Accumulate it? No. Acculate it? No, I'm not sure. That word that I'm trying to say, if you want to get in the water and get comfortable, and then you're going to be a great fat burner. And so why we use ketones as a tool is it puts you right in the water. It gets you in ketosis, and therefore you can kind of learn how deep you want to go into it through your nutritional challenge or changes, your nutritional path. Yes, they're saying you're so cute. Y'all give Sophia some loves and hearts. She's home today from school. So Janet says hi. So here's the reality is that if you want to maintain long-term results, long-term health, and burn body fat, ketogenic, being in ketosis is going to be crucial to your success. And this is scientifically evident. There's no debating this anymore. Anybody that says otherwise just doesn't understand brain health after the age of 30. It just doesn't understand metabolic systems when your body isn't breaking down fat very well, or you're sensitive to glucose and your body doesn't actually handle the carbs you're consuming very well, and it stores the fat and it reduces your energy to utilize for sustainable fuel. So this isn't just about fat loss. This is about energy, vitality, life, anti-aging, longevity, and fat loss, and the way to maintain it. But here's the disclaimer one more time. This is the disclaimer again, y'all. If you lose body fat doing a keto or low style diet, if you lose body fat doing that, and you go back to your old lifestyle, yes, you're statistically more likely to gain it all back. That can happen because your body probably never got a limitless. Their body probably cannot handle the carbohydrates. So there are tools you can use. This is the number one tool I've seen in my 20 plus years. This tool right here gives you ketones so that you can then learn how to find a diet and a lifestyle that you're willing to sustain. You don't have to follow the strict keto diet. You can follow a modified keto diet. You can find a carb appropriate diet for you. You can find, maybe you can have some fun and do some cycling like Dr. Jacob Wilson was talking about. You want to show him a picture? Can I show him one? Look at this one. Look at this. Look how amazing Melanie looks. I mean, just truly remarkable. Keto. She tried diets, tried them all. She didn't sustain it. She's been kicking butt. Look at Mike. Mike's going on years, y'all. He's going on years, absolutely years of transforming his body. Meaning that he changed his body and then created a new lifestyle that he could sustain. And yes, of course, he's drinking keto because ketones make it easier, allow people to sustain it, and allows people to have long-lasting results. Mexican, and I do not speak Tecaca. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. We got somebody speaking Spanish on us here. Hola. He's a Spanish speaker, not me. You can speak Spanish a little bit, right? Yeah, you can. All right, y'all. So, hey, I'm open for questions. Anybody have any questions? I know a lot of people talk about performance. The performance is easy. Just drink it 30, 40 minutes before you work out, and it'll be the number one performance tool you'll ever try. We have athletes across the world. Actually, our product's been tested. It is extraordinarily great for performance. So if you're trying to get back into the gym as COVID releases, as things open up, as life gets more, ability to go out and explore the world, you're going to go back to the gym. Use this as a pre-workout. Use this before you work out. Use it after you work out. You want to get them? Use it after you work out, and you'll see the benefits really, really extraordinary. But fat loss, because that's what most people come for, fat loss and energy. This is a game changer, y'all. It is the only thing I found in my 20-plus year career that sustains people and maintains results and teaches you how to maintain the long-term success. And that's the secret of the whole thing. All right, if you would eat higher carb meal, is it better to take your ketones before and after? Yes, take them before and after. There's some new science that's coming out suggesting that when you drink your ketones before carbs, it actually blunts the carb uptake, so you're less likely to store it as body fat. And there's more research that's going to have to go on to that. So I recommend taking it before and after. That's okay. I recommend taking it before and after. If you're going to go out and party and have some fun, drink it before and after. And it basically, I call it the sandwich. Sandwich your carbs. And what happens is two things. One, it seems to suggest you don't uptake it. Now, there's a lot of proof to this because, Michael Rutherford has been proving that now for 4 years. But also, you're less likely tomorrow to keep going after carbohydrates. You're less likely tomorrow to keep binge eating on a bunch of different foods. And that's the secret. It is not the day that you go out and have fun and celebrate. It's the days after that you keep doing it that get you in trouble, right? So here, full transparency. I didn't want to do a keto diet, y'all. For 15 years before I met Michael, I didn't want to do a keto diet. I had to. So when I started using ketones, I know now I don't longer worry about my carbohydrate consumption. Now, I still eat low carb because that's just who I am. and I maintain health and vitality, especially through all my surgeries. But this is the game changer. I drink this 2 to 3 times a day, so I keep my ketones here, so I can play with my carbohydrates. I don't have to be strict low carb all the time. So that's really why I love this, is you don't have to follow a strict diet. Now, I do have fun. I do have nights where I go out and have a little bit more dessert with my wife. I still have other food restrictions, so I try to keep it a certain way, but I don't worry about it. I don't stress about it, because guess what? Tomorrow, I get right back into it. So if you would eat a higher carb, we got that one. How much time before or after you eat? 30 to 40 minutes is ideal. 30 to 40 minutes of both ways. Now, if you're really full, you might have to have it a little bit later after you eat. Can you drink too many ketones? It'd be hard to do that. I haven't found many reasons to have more than 3 a day. There may not be many reasons to have more than 3 a day, but I've had days where I've had 6 or 7, especially on the days where I'm present and I do our events. Because what I do is I push it hard, and I don't tend to eat those days. I only eat 1 meal, and because I'm pushing, I'm basically burning thousands of calories, and so I look at myself more as an athlete, and I'm utilizing them as a fuel to protect me through these long, hard days. So I drink 3 a day. I drink 2 caffeine, one morning, 1 afternoon, and I drink a Mexican ketone or a Keto Pro before bed. Last night I had a Keto Pro. It was great. I slept awesome. I tracked my sleep. And there's no question that this is my Oura ring that I use to track my sleep. There's no question that I sleep way better when ketones are in my system, and I'm already in ketosis, but the elevation of it in my brain seems to have a bigger benefit. All right, I'm trying to see. Okay, I'm looking for questions over here. I got questions coming through Instagram, which is great. Can you have nat with lower level of sweetener? You can dilute it. No, because what a lot of people don't realize, our formula is amazing. It took 3 years just for people to make it consumable, because of the mixture doesn't taste naturally very good. It's an all natural product, but it doesn't taste super good by itself. So all the sweeteners we have, and certain ones have different intensities of sweetness. So you might just have to find one that you like better, or use less water or more water. But I was in South Bend, Illinois by Notre Dame, and there was like, the 2 guys that were there, it completely changed their life. Like they were literally, a guy was complaining about what it tastes like. He's like, they're like, shut up. Like, it's going to change your life. Just drink it. Who cares if it tastes like dirt? Like, it actually tastes really good. But their opinion was, it's like, our life is forever changed. Like, hey, they're Midwestern guys. There's somebody's in Spanish. I did not understand anything. Hit me a private message if you don't understand me, and my assistant will talk to you. That's a good question, Eric Friedenberg. What does low carb eating actually mean? I kind of said it early on. Low carb eating. The reality is this. I would say low carb is less than 50 grams a day. That's low carb. More keto, you're looking at the less than 30 grams of carbs a day. Now we're going to get into is fiber count or not count. Depends on what kind of fiber it is. So I really rather people geared towards results than over analyzing that. But let's say that right now, I would tell you right now, if you're like, hey, I want to lose body fat, I want to have great results, you better be less than 50 grams of carbs a day, and add your fiber and your carbs together. Add everything up. Now, if you are using our product, you don't have to add up sugar alcohols like ethanol or stevia. You can leave those carbs out. But any other ones, monk fruit be fine. Any other ones, I want you to add those into there. So if you're not dropping body fat fast enough or the way you want to, you're going to have to drop it down to 40 or down to 30. I hope that makes sense. I tell people, if you want to have a great result, stay under 20. That's exactly what I say. But now the challenge is that you have to get your fiber up, or you got to be using our product because you want to make sure your bowels are still moving. Because people that go really low carb and their bowels don't adjust very well, they can get backed up, and that's not ideal either. So just remember that you may have to do some supplementing, and you might have to add some components to that. Keto Nat is the simple way to keep the bowels going. So, all right, here I drink 2 nats a day, and I've started walking, jogging, and running. Drinking a Pro after. I have stayed in the same weight, and I eat strict keto. Inches have stayed the same pretty much. Any suggestions? Yes. Stop doing keto. You're probably eating too much food. She's basically saying that she's doing everything perfectly, but she's not getting results. The first thing I would tell you is assess your life. Like, what's better in your life? Is your life better? And that'll tell you that your ketone levels are good. If your ketone levels are elevated, your life's better. If you're not getting results, that suggests to me that your calorie intake is still too high. And then, of course, reassess your carbohydrates. A lot of people go strict keto. They inject their fat up. They're eating fat bombs, and they're using these apps to control their numbers. And you're assuming that the app is right. Very few people actually test their actual BMR to know exactly how many calories they should be burning or not be burning. So you might just have to reduce your calories is all you should do. Now, if you're like, hey, I only have 500 calories a day, well, then you're probably jeopardizing your own health, and you may need to increase your calories, which I just talked to a girl in Michigan. Now, these are not Michigan, in Miami. Now, these are extreme situations. 90% of you just start eating less carbs, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, drink our ketones, you're going to start dropping fat, melt away. But if you plateau, you have to start looking at yourself. You have to reevaluate yourself. If you drop 30 pounds or 50 pounds, you're not the same person you were a year ago or 6 months ago. So you have to start thinking differently, and you can't think the way you did then because you're different now. And what you were doing then, think about this, is if you're, let's say you're 300 pounds and then you lose 100 pounds. Well, you may not be burning more calories today than you were when you were 300 pounds. Does that make sense? Because you had much more weight and mass to move. So you have to adjust your eating to start today, which is different than what it was when you started originally. So I hope that makes sense. Same thing if you start working out. If you start working out more, you may need to increase your calories to offset some of the work you're doing in your exercises. So I hope this all makes sense. These little tips are helping you guys. Yeah, if you're drinking our product, you don't have to worry about carbs. You don't have to add those in. If you're drinking keto nat, don't add those into your carbs. It doesn't matter. It won't matter. If someone is strict keto, should they calculate net carbs and calories from their ketones? No. If you're drinking our product, don't even add. Just leave it as neutral. Just leave it out. It's only going to accelerate your results. Just remember, you don't have to be so strict on keto, right? That's the whole point. The reason why the product exists is you don't have to be strict on keto. And the reality is nearly everybody's going to quit the strict keto anyway, unless it's medically necessary. So why try to be perfect at it? Why don't you just be good enough that you can maintain it? For me, timing helped me to start losing on keto, cutoff time. That's good. That's a good one. Debbie's given the suggestion is be aware when your last meal is and how your timing matters. And I can get into that for days. So I'm not going to go down that one. Thank you. I've lost 90 pounds so far. I feel amazing. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing. I'm reevaluating myself because I'm at 173 pounds, but I'm not burning more pounds. I was 1,500 calories, but stalled. So I'm upping my workouts and trying to compensate. There you go. That's a way to burn more calories. Yeah. You may just be not consuming as much or burning as much calories as you were before. 173 from 100 pounds, I think she said. That's good. 90 pounds. All right. I'm going to come over here. Any more questions on this side? I'm just reading questions, y'all. So if you see me pause, that's why. I do have a Zoom call in 4 minutes. Peggy, it's nice to see you. Yes, slow down your drinking, your ketones, slow down that, and that'll help slow down the transit time. Or watch out if you're taking any other supplements that have magnesium in it, you may need to back that off, Tammy, a little bit. I've lost 60 pounds, stalled for 7 weeks after losing consistently for 6 months. Any tips? Yes. If you stalled, once again, do your 24 fast. If you're not doing 24 fast with us, you should be, and then reboot with us. 24 fast and reboot, and then go back and reassess. First off, are you doing what, a lot of times people go, I'm doing what I was doing before, but they actually are not. In our business, people do it all the time. Like, I'm doing what I was doing. No, you're not. Or you're not doing with the same intensity that you were doing it before. You're allowing yourself to get a little bit more dabbling, and you're not done yet. You're not done with your journey yet. So that's one. Number two is your carbs may need to go down a little bit more. Number three, your calories need to drop a little bit more. So work on that. Now, the only exception is you plateau and you're drinking really low calorie. Are you tired, buddy? Really low calorie and you're overworking out. I'm going to do a Zoom on that one because there's a small number of people. So we'll talk about that later. All right. Alcohol. Alcohol is not ideal for fat burning. I'm going to say it again. I don't mind having me a cocktail. I actually enjoy it. Alcohol is not ideal for fat burning. Alcohol slows down your body, so therefore it slows everything down. Number two is alcohol has a lot of dead, empty calories. 90 calories per drink on average, right? 90 calories. If you have 2 or 3 drinks, that might be a third of the calories that you should consume for the day from something that your body can't even get anything from energetically, like vitality and health-wise. So alcohol is not. Does it mean you can't drink? No, it doesn't. Just beware of your expectations if alcohol is a big part of what you do, because it may be hindering your long-term results. So just keep that in mind. Calories, and it slows your body down. Okay. Love our fast. Once I'm not nursing, I'm doing them. Yes, nursing. And keep in mind, nursing, there's a lot of other factors going on there. So just keep that in mind too. My wife's been nursing and she's doing awesome. She's down like 20 some pounds now. All right, keto. And if you ask me a question and you follow up with more information, I probably don't remember which question you asked. So if you want me to elaborate, I won't be able to do that. So I apologize, Keto Garara Itchshire. No alcohol, cousins. Haha. Yeah, alcohol's tough. It's a tricky one. But I'm not, like I said, it's just you manage your expectations and alcohol can be fine. And keep in mind, if you're fasting a lot, if you're doing a lot of heavy fasting, feed your body sometimes. Food isn't a bad thing, and your body needs energy. So if you're a faster, I'm going to fast every day, every other day, all the time. Well, keep in mind, you're missing nutrients too. You need that extra protein in your diet. So if you do fast a lot, definitely increase your Keto Pro, and don't try to be perfect. Don't try to rush what the natural body is. Aloha. Don't rush what the natural body's trying to do, you all. It's just a big mistake. I can say this all the time, like, just so you know, I want to do this talk for nutritionists and doctors. Like, fat loss and health has nothing to do with nutrition, to be honest. It has, not nothing, very little to do with nutrition. You guys all know the two most important things to lose body fat and get healthy are? You all want to know the two most important things? I'm going to put 3 on there. I'm going to change it. I'm going to say 3. The 3 most important things to get healthy and maintain the life and the body that you want. There's 3. If you want to know them, I'll share them, and then I'm going to get off because I have a call coming in any second. Anybody know Corey? Aunt Peg, text Corey and tell him I'll be just a minute. Does anybody want to learn these 3 things? I'll give them to you right now, and then I got to get off. I got one person. Butterflies, Jess wants to know those 3 things. Oh, Janet does too. Okay, I guess we can go. All right, you ready for it? So here's the 3 things. The number one thing of getting healthier and getting your life back on track from a health body composition, I don't care if it's to lose weight, healthy, athletic, is your desire. Do you want to? Do you really want to? I talked to a guy the other day. He started our product. He changed his life. He felt awesome. And 6 months later, he just quit. And his doctor's like, what are you doing? Right? It wasn't that important to him. Eating crappy and hanging out with people that eat crappy was more important to him than being healthy. It was a decision. I'm telling you, he had everything in place to be healthy, and he was doing it. And then he went and switched over here. He's like, oh, life got complicated, so I kept going that way. Then this wasn't that important. So don't say it didn't work. He didn't. He blamed himself. He held himself accountable. That's the number one. Your desire to change your life is the number one most important thing. Number 2 most important thing is who you hang out with. If you hang around smokers, you're going to smoke. If you hang around drinkers, you're going to drink. If you hang around people that eat crappy, you're going to eat crappier. It's just the way it is. So who are you hanging out with? I know Janet over here has her cousins that she's hanging out with. They're all working out hard and they're working together, even if it's virtual. Hang out with people that are living the life that you want or are going in the same direction in life that you want. That's number 2. People think it's about nutrition. I had a cardiologist goes, Dustin, what do you want to speak on? What's the number 1 topic you should speak on? And I go, who do you hang around with? He goes, really? He wanted me to talk about keto and drinking ketones. I'm like, no, who you hang around with? If you hang around people that drink ketones, guess what? You're going to drink your ketones. You're going to get healthier. If you hang around people that drink alcohol, you're going to drink alcohol. It's what's happening, right? And then number 3, and this is new to my list. Those first 2 have been around for a long time. Number 3 is you got to drink ketones. If you want to change your life, drink ketones. Why? Because it's if you want to get to the store, drive your car. It's easier. It's just easier. If you want to go to Hawaii, fly in an airplane. You can swim, you can take a rowboat, or you can fly an airplane. Fly an airplane. If you want to start a fire, use a match, use a lighter. Don't use a stick, right? If you want to start dating, go on Tinder. It's easier. I don't know if that's true. Tinder wasn't around in my dating years. So you all, those are the 3 things. Number 1, you got to want to change your life. There's going to be temptations. There's going to be donuts. There's going to be parties. There's going to be life. Don't worry about being perfect, but you got to want to change it. You got to want to wake up tomorrow, change your life. This is business too. This is life. This is careers. This is family. This is parenting. It's everything. Number 2 is who do you hang around with? Who do you hang around with? Easy. If you hang around unhealthy people, you're going to be unhealthy. Doesn't mean you have to divorce your friends. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. But you need to go find other people. Prove It is the right people. If you want to be around awesome people, hang around Prove It. Even if it's virtually, even if it's getting on these lives, this is better for you than going to watch, Dancing with the Stars, right? Hopefully it gets you a little juice, gets you a little backed up. So you go take it 20 steps. You go take 3 steps. Changing your life isn't about nutrition and exercise. That's easy. It's actually easy. Nutrition's simple. Exercise is easy. Simple, let's say. It isn't always easy to do it, but it's simple. Y'all know you need to do that. But why is it not working is because either you don't care enough, and I know you care, you just have to care enough. You have to care more about getting healthy than the donut or than the alcohol or than whatever, the TV that keeps you from sleeping at night. You have to get around people that want what you have, and then you have to give yourself the right tools that picks you up and protects you when you're going to have some fun, when you fall on your face, when you make mistakes. That's the secret, y'all. You do those 3 things, your life will forever change. You just got to keep going that way. So I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Eric, thanks for making me do this. I probably going live tonight too. So I don't know what we're going to talk about tonight, but I'll be going live tonight. Invite guests, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Invite guests tonight. Invite people to learn. We're going to talk about ketosis in 30 minutes and why it can change anybody's life. I thought I had one more question here. 1 second. Yeah, she goes, how can anybody quit ketones after they try them? People are weird. I mean, they're just, they don't get what they don't get. And what I realize is that once you have clarity in what you understand, it's sometimes hard to understand where people are at, and in any moment, people are going through life, and I don't ever hold that against them. You just got to meet them where they're at and love them where they're at and appreciate that they're still going forward, and then inspire them to make themselves better. That same gentleman is back on track, and now he's excited. But the first thing I said to him is, are you going to quit again? Quitting's not an option for you. Your doctor said it's not an option. You need to take care of you. That for your kids and your family. So pretty excited, y'all. I got to go. Cheers. Out of here.